Hey guys, Karex here's another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Henshin SmaPho Appli Changer from Ressha Sentai ToQger. This is a changer used by ToQ6. So this includes two things, the Appli Changer itself and one Toki Ressha. So let's start by taking a look at it. So the Appli Changer is designed after a smartphone, or SmaPho for short. Though that's a Japanese term because Japanese people have a tendency to take two-word foreign terms and compress them into one word. So it's designed not after any specific brand of smartphone, but rather just to be a generic smartphone. So on the front we have the main screen, which has a sidebar here. It says various things. It's got full bars, time being 7:30 when Super Sentai shows air on Sundays. TQG006. Its name, Appli Changer there, full battery power, the number 6. Little orange arrow there. And then a fake power button, or screen lock button. So it's got this background with letters TQG on it, and various applications. Now in the West, that application is typically shortened to app, but in Japan it's shortened to Appli, hence Appli Changer. On the side we have this nice little paint, which is actually the only paint on the outside of the toy, as this thing on the whole has very little paint. And on the back, we got this orange molding with letters TQG, and speaker right next to the letter G. Then TQ being part of the battery compartment. Got the on and off switch right here, and you can see a little bit of the inside right here. As what this does is that this can slide open to reveal a train platform with yellow bricks right here for where people stand, a white line to stand behind, orange molding in here with gray tracks, and then a sticker for the caution lines. So basically the only paint here is the silver on the sides, the orange bricks for the platform, and the white line. Everything else is either plastic or sticker. An interesting thing to note is that a bit of smart design here is that the actual screen part is behind a sheet of clear plastic. That way the sticker doesn't get ruined. And included Ressha is ToQ6's personal Ressha, the Build Ressha. So this is in orange color because ToQ6 is the second ever Orange Ranger in Super Sentai, the first being Bal Cossack from Battlefield J. So we've got the typical white line on the side. By that is, like I said, orange. A little bit of black. Green cockpit. Gold for the headlights. A little bit of silver on top. Now this doesn't have a port in the back, in the same fashion as the red Ressha that was included with the individual release of the Toki Changer. And as far as ToQ6 being orange goes, it actually works on a couple of different levels. The first is that orange is one of the colors of the rainbow, and second is that ToQ6 is a railway engineer, and so they typically wear orange uniforms. Hence, it works on two different levels. So, for the Toki Changer's function itself, while it has a total of 12 different apps to it, only 4 of them work. The 4 applis in question are Transform, Summon Build Ressha, Summon Drill Ressha, and Phone. As for the other 8, here's just what my take on them are. These might not be right, but at least some of them are more clear than others. So I gander that these are would be train arrival times, camera, video streaming, email, internet, route map, weather, and train pass. As for this one, in the show, instead of having a Tokyo buckle, Tokyo 6's changer doubles as his pass. And there's a real world reason for that, because in Japan, basically technology has got advanced so far that people have been able to integrate basically a train pass into smartphones. So people can use their phone as a train pass instead of having a separate one. Which is the basic reason for why this is a smartphone in the first place, as typically when you get a phone changer, it's usually a flip phone or a slider phone. And I'll admit, personally, I'm not quite fond of smartphones. Just because for most of them, I do find their designs to be a little bit bland. And I do kind of value a little bit of aesthetic to a cell phone. But as far as smartphones go, in terms of design, this one is not too bad. Getting to the functions, first off, you flip it on with the on switch right here. And you notice that the on sound is a little bit quiet. That's because a unique thing about this is that the volume varies depending on whether it's open or closed. When it's closed, the volume is quiet. When you open it up, the volume will increase. Also, the way the buttons work is different depending on which mode it's in. When it's closed, the first three buttons will make the same sound. That being this kind of warning alarm. Though the phone button works the same way in both modes, the only thing that differs is the volume. Now, the thing is with this, it's not a continuous loop. Rather, you get the ringtone one cycle with every press of the button. So to get a loop, you have to press it continually. So then, when you open it up, you can get to the other functions. So going in order, starting off with the transform button. So for the transformation, you take your Ressha, place it on the tracks, and then run it across. Well, to reset, you can just close it. And the way that works is actually very simple. It's quite visible. Basically, this all just works on this button here. So no matter what Ressha you use, it'll have the same functionality, which is expected of a 6th Ranger's changer. And as far as the mode switching goes, as well as the buttons, the basic way this is designed is that the bottom half has all of the electronics, while the top half is the activator. So taking a look at the back, we can see this little crevice here, as well as these 4 button points. Basically, once in closed mode, the button is released, and it is in that little crevice where it's not pulled down. When you slide open, it presses down the button and changes modes. Then for these, it's got a two-way thing, where we got buttons on both sides, and which are basically connected by a bar to the 4 buttons. So when I press down, it pushes down the buttons. So once again, we can do the transformation. Next, we can summon the build Ressha. So you get that sound. And then the third one is summon drill Ressha. Now, while you can technically use the build Ressha for this functionality, I will just do it properly and use the drill Ressha that's included in the separately sold, or sold separately, Yudo Breaker, which is Tokyo 6's weapon. And then we have the phone button. Now you probably noticed that with the different presses of the buttons, it had different tones. And that is not actually set to the buttons. It actually depends on how many times you've pushed one of the buttons. For example, you press this 3 times, or any of these 3 times, and get the 3 repeating sounds. Now that's one of the what I've showed is one of the ways to activate the sounds. A second way is by pressing one of the buttons, then sliding it open with your thumb. And then you can just close it up when you're done. Now there aren't any hidden sounds there, so if you try pressing down to it once, whichever one you have hit second will be the one that activates. And that's basically all of the functionality this has on its own. Of course, being a Tokyo Ressha, the build Ressha can work with the Tokyo Changer. So to start off, we'll do the transformation. So it will still say Tokyo 6, but it has the same transformation sound as the other 5. So to get the proper transformation sounds, you do need to use the Appli Changer. You can then do the Ressha summoning. And then transfer. For the transfer, instead of saying orange to red, it says builder to red. And so even though this function can't actually be used in the show, what I imagine is that what would have happened if it did work is that because ToQ6 has a different style of suit than the other 5 ToQgers, what would happen is that instead of changing their color to orange, their suit style would change into ToQ6's, which is basically having a kind of vest-like lines which are designed after caution stripes, so being stripes of yellow and black. And that's basically it. Of course, like I said earlier, being a 6th Ranger's changer, this has limited functionality compared to the main changer. But for what it's worth, it does work out pretty well. It has a nice size to it. It's not too big. It is obviously bulky than an actual more bulky than an actual smartphone. But it was well designed in both the functionality and appearance. I do like the appearance of the tracks. They're nice and vibrant, what with using orange as the underlying base, as well as having the yellow tiles here and the caution stripes here. And it's nice to also have some orange to the outwards appearance here on the back, and it's some nice small detail. This is right now the only way to get Build Ressha, although it will be sold separately and as part of the deluxe form being ToQ6's personal mech. But it is a nice way to get it. And it is nice that, with this you can activate all of the functions right out of the box, since it just works on this one button and these buttons here. Additionally, you can use it immediately right out of the box because it takes button cell batteries. So no need to wait until you can put in batteries. You just pull out the tab and it's ready to play with. So overall, it's really a nice changer. Got a good look to it, good functionality, and of course it includes a new Ressha. Although really, you could just get this on its own without even needing to have the ToQ Changer, simply because it does have the same kind of Ressha sound in both of them. But the thing here is that they did kind of add, added a personal touch to this, what with the unique standby sound as well as unique phrases. So if you're a fan of ToQ6, then this is definitely something I'd recommend picking up. So thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share my channel for more videos. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.